First of all, congratulations. Really good
Thank
taste.
you.
Every frame is like a photography. How
Thanks.
was the experience of directing this video?
Oh, it was awesome. It was like having a big art show. We had all kinds of really interesting people involved. We had a lion and a wolf and some zebras and butterflies and some supermodels and millions of dollars worth of artwork courtesy of Damien Hirst. We had Dita Von Teese and then the band. So it was a pretty wild thing to do. I directed it myself, and it was just incredible. I'll never forget it.
Cool. And now, the first copy of the single, Up in the Air, you sent it to space. Who
Yeah.
came with that idea?
It was my idea. I thought it would be fun to do something that had never been done before, so we contacted NASA, and we sent our song up into space. It's still up in space, too. We're waiting for it to come back so I could get the CD back and frame it.
Cool. Now, of course, a lot of people want to know. I know that you've been really busy this year, but you already start the creating process of what could be a new studio album for 30 Seconds to Mars?
Yeah, I have been writing some new songs already, and we just put the album out less than a year ago, so it's still kind of new for a lot of people. Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams. We're still playing songs at the show that are brand new. But I have been writing some new songs, and I think I'm going to put new material out sooner rather than later.
Cool. Now, you divide this album in four characteristics, like you say, love, lust, faith, and dreams. I'm going to ask you a question about each one of the elements, and you tell me the answer.
Sure.
First of all, talking about love, obviously, instantaneously, when I think about love, it's family. And I was checking your personal webpage, and I see a lot of different pictures for the Golden Globe, for different parties, but I see a picture of your mother. And I would like to ask you, what is the thing that you admire most about your mother?
Well, my mother's always been a great example of the possibilities of life. We were born very poor. We didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have, historically, our family wasn't in a position to get a great education or higher education. But my mother really worked hard, and I think that she taught me the power of hard work.
Cool. Now, Lost, how important is Lost as an inspiration for the music of 30 Seconds to Mars?
I mean, very important. It's a very sexual album. I delve into sexuality lyrically. I think there's rhythmically. It's a very guttural, passionate album. So Lust is an interesting thing because it doesn't have to just mean you're talking about sex. It can be a lust for life, and a lust for creativity. So it's, I think, a really important word for 30 Seconds to Mars.
Cool. Now, faith. How hard is to have faith of a better future when the reality is in the world we have really bad government?
That's an interesting question. I think ultimately, if you look at the state of the world, we're in a much better place than we've been in the past. If you took a time machine back 1,000 years, even maybe to Mexico City, you will find certainly there will be some things that were much better off. The quality of or the relationship between man and nature, maybe the environment. There'll be a lot less smog. But I think that probably the quality of life was very difficult for a lot of people. Probably people's entire days were spent figuring out how do we make sure we have just the basic needs. And that's still the case for a lot of people. But I think generally, overall, we're moving in a better direction. Obviously, a lot of room for improvement, especially, in many places around the world. So I think that it's hard to have faith sometimes when you feel like it's impossible to achieve your dreams because of corruption and things like that. But ultimately, I think that good always wins.
Cool. And now, dreams, you were talking about it. Do you feel that you're living your dreams, so there's something that you need to reach that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm a big dreamer. I'm a big believer in dreams as well, and I think that dreams are achievable. And a lot of times, even dreams that people think may be impossible are achievable. There may be people watching this who have a job they don't like, and they think they could never have a job that they love. But it is possible, and with hard work, that you can achieve almost anything.
Cool. Now, of course, all the world are talking about your performance in Dollar Buyer Club. A great performance, Golden Globe winner, a Screen Actor Guild Award winner, probably Academy Award winner. What is the biggest lesson that the character of Rayan give it to you?
Well, she talks about the power of dreams, and I think is a good example of the power of dreams as well. She's someone who's very brave and lives her life, was born a man and is living as a woman. So that's a very brave and thing to do, especially at that time. But the film has been incredible. You know, I'm nominated for Academy Award.
Probably a winner.
I don't know, but
hopefully,
you know, that would be really fun. It's nuts. It's been a crazy time. Someone told me earlier today I've won over 30 awards in the past 6 weeks, and I just never expected that. I never thought that was going to happen.
And what is great is that is after 6 years that you didn't do anything in the movie industry.
Yeah, I didn't. I took a long break, and I think that was good. I think that was important to do. I think it taught me a lot and made me a better actor.
Do you feel open right now to also get interested in more movies in the near future?
Yeah, if it was the right film.
Cool.
Maybe Alfonso Cuarón.
Oh, that's a great. Gravity, it's amazing.
He's the best.
It's the best. Now, talking about Artifact, obviously a great documentary. How good is for you to finally show your side of a story that probably a lot of bands are living that same problem with different music labels?
Well, it was really important for us to tell this story. Artifact it's a film about the struggle that we had with an industry. We were signed to a really horrible contract, and we battled our record company in order to find a better place for ourselves. It's really about art and commerce, though. It's about creative people fighting for what they believe in. It's out on iTunes now. We're doing a screening of it tonight. That's sold out, and I'm really thankful for that. But it's been, it took about 5 years to get that movie made, and it won a bunch of awards, and we're super happy with it.
Now, one of the people that participate in the documentary, Serj Tankian from System of a Down, tell us your experience, your relationship with him.
Well, he was great. Every artist has a story to tell that's had a lot of success or no success at all. They have a story to tell about their experiences making music with the business side of music, which is sometimes can be difficult for artists to deal with some of the commerce elements. So people were, excited to share their stories and to talk about the future of music and we're super proud that we're playing the biggest shows of our lives right now in Mexico. Tomorrow night we're playing, what's the name of the venue again?
Palacio de los Deportes.
Yeah, the Palacio. I think I just drove by it on the way here. Did we drive by that place? I think.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, and excited that this is our biggest show to date in Mexico City. Played our biggest show in Guadalajara and in Monterrey, and